So you've just finished building the perfect API. Now what? Well, you could just go out and tell a few colleagues about it and let word of mouth do the rest for you, but if you really want to grow your user base fast, you're going to have to get your hands dirty and do a little old-fashioned marketing. Keep in mind, marketing an API is a little different than marketing your regular old products. Thankfully, there are a lot of different options out there for marketing APIs these days. But before you dive in, make sure your API is actually ready for prime time and know that you know your target audience inside and out. It goes without saying that your API should work great, and just as importantly, developers should love using it. Creating a fantastic developer experience will augment these marketing methods by encouraging programmers to use and talk about your API. On the other hand, a poor developer experience will hurt user acquisition, and all your marketing efforts will be for nothing if users just click away as soon as they see a crappy developer portal. So if you are ready to ramp things up, here are 6 of my favorite ways to help you market your API. Number 1, list your API on directories. One of the most effective and straightforward ways you can promote an API is by listing it in API directories. Look for smaller, more specific directories that are specific to your niche and provide as much information about your API as possible. The majority of directories have some kind of search function, so if you've already gained some traction, users can find your API by name. But don't worry, even if you just launched it and no one has a clue who you are, most directories have useful categorization and keyword features so people can still find you. Number 2. And this is most important, create valuable content. Content marketing is still one of the best ways to market any product, and this goes for your API as well. Creating helpful content and use cases that appeal to prospective users is a surefire way to have the right people come across your API. Whether it's informative or entertaining, you can create whatever type of content you think is appropriate. But text, and yes, video, are super popular for good reason. I mean, think about it this way. You're watching this video right now and probably found it via LinkedIn or YouTube, am I right? Aside from content creation, you can also eat your own dog food and use your API to build an awesome service that demonstrates the functionality of your API. This always gets people talking, and no matter which tactic you use, it'll help programmers both run into and fall in love with your API. Number 3, make the most of social media. Social media is still a powerful tool for creating relationships with prospective users and is just as effective for maintaining them. Ultimately, what you share on social media is in fact content, so make sure you're offering up relevant content that stimulates engagement whenever possible. We all know the usual social platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, but there are dozens, if not hundreds of other niche and not so niche platforms around the world. Search for these, as well as other Q&A sites like Quora or Stack Overflow, where you can help create organic interest just by helping out and contributing to the conversation you find online. Most of all, make sure you keep your followers up to date with regular updates and share items that are both informative and fun that may relate to your API, your business, or your industry. Number 4, host and attend industry events. In-person events are one of the premier ways to find and build meaningful relationships with your user base. Unfortunately, they can also be very expensive as well. So find the ones that make the most sense with regards to your product or service. If you can't find anything that fits you within your needs or especially within your price range, why not consider hosting your own? Organizing your own regional meetups and hackathons can be a much better alternative, as they're smaller and more intimate affairs compared to some large industry event where you're just lost in the shuffle. Number 5, it might sound like a no-brainer, but use launch announcements. If you've not actually launched your API yet, why not take advantage of one of the more obvious ways to tell people about your new product and generate interest as well? Setting up a countdown clock for everyone in the office is fine, but why not set it up for the public to see as well? This helps to build excitement and anticipation for the release. Sites like Product Hunt, Betalist, and Stack Overflow can help you to amplify your rollout messaging and get you in front of the right people. Or you can reach out to some of the thought leaders in your industry yourself and see if they may give you a shout out to their networks as well. It should go without saying that if you have a blog, newsletter, or email list, this would be the right time to send out an announcement as well. Number 6, reaching out directly. The next step I found to help make the most of your API marketing is to work a little direct marketing magic. Just like I mentioned in tip number 5, if you already have an email list or a social media following, reach out to them and give them the scoop. However, don't just spray and pray. Be sure to actually target this outreach and be sure to personalize it at every step when possible. Be sure to know who your audience actually is and how your API will make their lives easier and the company hero. Lastly, don't be spammy with the outreach and show genuine enthusiasm while offering an incentive for those who take action or become early adopters. While there are a huge number of ways to effectively market your API, these have been a few of my favorites, and I hope they help you to find as much success as I found with them. Of course, it's not a comprehensive list by any stretch, so don't be afraid to try new things and try some old things and see what works for you.